The spring 2026 season has come and gone, and the summer 2026 season is currently in full swing. And you may already know what that means. It is finally time to rank every single anime from the spring 2026 anime season. I'm telling you right now, today, there's going to be some hot takes. You might get mad at me, honestly. And here we are once again for another episode of all the anime I'm ranking in a season. So let's get to it. And chat, here we are once again, the spring 2026 anime season, along with I already filled it out for, saving some time here, some of the planning that I definitely have not watched. And as you can tell, there are a lot I missed out on this season. However, I do kind of want to start off with a little bit of an apology because if I'm being honest with you, this video was actually supposed to be up like way earlier. So I very much apologize for that. Definitely will not try to, be late for the next one. And of course, before we actually go ahead and get started with everything, I hope you guys hit that like button and subscribe for more videos like these. We are very close to 200 subscribers, by the way. So if you'd like to help your boy out, hit that subscribe button. Thanks, guys. And of course, I want to hear from you. If you watched something from this past season, maybe you disagree with a ranking that I have, or maybe I just flat out missed something, as you guys will see in a little bit. Make sure to let me know down in the comments below, just so I could see what's going through your mind. I will at least be listing out all the ones that I know I have missed out on this past season, which, as you can see, a lot of anime was really good this past season. And I don't know what it was, but I feel like I kind of missed the mark in terms of what I was watching, because there are a couple of anime out there from this specific season where it was not only just performing well, but it also was just perceived well as a whole, while I was kind of like stuck with another anime that wasn't performing as well. I was like, I gotta be better next time. I don't know. Again, we're just gonna list off everything that I missed from this past season that at least looked interesting to me, and I will probably check out at some point in the future. I have no idea when, but here we are. Okay, planning. All right, first one up here is 100 Scenes of Awajima. I heard this was pretty decent. The next one up is Kiryu Fan Club, 4th season of Welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun. I kind of can't believe that this has 4 seasons, but all of them have been perceived very, very well. Seems to be a nice, underrated anime, for sure. Next one here is Yoa Yoa Sensei. There are reasons as to why I'm interested in that. I'll just let you figure it out. The Ramparts of Ice. Okay, this was probably a huge regret, because I heard about how Ramparts of Ice was, and how the second season is airing in October of this year. I feel like I have to watch this before the second season comes out. But yeah, the fact that the author of this and you and I are polar opposites, same author, by the way, they just keep winning. And I just feel like I have to watch that, at some point. Even a Replica Can Fall in Love was pretty decent. But the next one here, I really missed out on. Again, this is just another regret, just like Ramparts of Ice. Botan Kamina fully blossoms when drunk. I heard so many good things about this one. Again, low-key regret the fact that I missed out on it when it was airing. I will have to check it out at some point soon. The Klutzy Class Monitor and the Girl with the Short Skirt was also pretty decent. Mistress Kanan is Devilishly Easy is also supposedly pretty decent. I saw a lot of scenes on Twitter for reasons. Anyways, it looked to be pretty funny. I Want to Love This Endgame, I heard was good. Ibata's Teenage New Game Plus, I heard was pretty decent. Kill Blue was also underrated. I don't know. It's like, again, I'm going through all these anime, but man, it kind of pains me that I didn't watch it. But then again, I can't watch everything. Reborn as a Vending Machine season 3, just a group watch that I have with my friends. We haven't gotten into it yet. Gals Can't Be Kind to Otaku. Just again, another anime where I feel like I missed out on when it aired. Oh my goodness, man. This makes me look so bad. I'm not gonna lie. And actually, the next one over, again, just doesn't help, man. Go For It Nakamura-kun, again, is just another one where I heard it was really, really good. And oh gosh, man. I feel like I can't say this without, I have to say this as low as possible, just so no one else in the house can hear me. I Want You to Show Me Your Panties with a Disgusted Face returns. Oh my god. I don't know why that's a title. Don't ask why I'm looking forward to watching that. Anyway, The Food Diary of Miss Maid. And to round out this planning is Dandelion, which I heard is from the same author of Gintama. So we'll have to check it out whenever possible. But yeah, there you go. There's all the planning. All right, it is finally time to start figuring out this tier list. I'm not ready because I have a lot of things to say for specific shows, okay? We got a hot take already right off the bat. The Angel Next Door Spoils Me Rotten, season 2. God, where do I even start? Because I feel like season 2 of this anime was just such a step down in almost every single level. I feel like I was just so bored of this anime day in and day out, every single episode. And the only reason why I really just stuck with it is because, you know, I watched season 1, and obviously whenever you watch an anime, you shouldn't have like a reason to just stick with it. But I don't know, I just stuck with it because, at least like Sheena, he just became so generic this season, and I didn't really even like it that much. To be honest with you, I feel like this could be a D, but I think I'm gonna stick with a C as of right now. I don't know, it's just every episode of Angel Next Door Spoils Me Rotten season 2 just felt the exact same to me. Meanwhile, Amane is like, I don't know if she's gonna react the way that I would want her to, or I don't want to like ruin things, or I don't want to. Brother, you're dating her, all right? Like, I don't know. I just did not understand this whole, why is he being so apprehensive with Sheena here when they are finally in a relationship and it's very clear that Sheena wants to advance it more? Amane just can't get over the fact of he's just way too hesitant this season. And it really just frustrates me. I thought the bright spot about the season, at least, was the parents were at least very nice to these two for finally doing a relationship and whatnot. But it just, whenever it's these two on screen only, it's always going to be, almost always, Sheena will try to like do something, and then Amane will be like, what? But wait. Come on, guys. Like, come on. Like, is it just me, or am I just the only one that is kind of like disappointed with that? I don't know. Everything just felt the same every single episode. Honestly, the side characters also took a little bit of a hit here too. Like the friends, just I don't even remember their names right now. They really took like a step back. I don't know. Like everything about this season was just a step back. So if it was up to me, I think I'm gonna stick with a C at the moment. Oh man, I probably would not be afraid of putting it here. Now here is a romance anime that actually felt like it was going somewhere and wasn't the same every single episode. And that is, I made friends with the second prettiest girl in my class. If I'm being honest with you, I went into this one with not really that much expectation, other than I heard that it was good. The light novel is good. But, you know, whenever you hear a title such as that, you may think, ugh, it's just another generic rom-com. This romance felt special because not only did it explore Umi and Maki's relationship and the build-up from how it was in episode 1 to the final episode, you get a glimpse of side characters as well, the parents, and there's actually a topic in here that I feel like is not really talked about in romance anime specifically. Now, if you watch the anime, I'm not going to go ahead and spoil it, but if you watch the anime, it was probably like near the back half of the season where someone was going through something and it affected someone else. But I thought it was handled pretty well, and it was kind of something that you don't exactly see in a romance anime. But Umi and Maki, oh my gosh, Umi is like best girl of spring 2026. I feel like maybe I'm getting too ahead of myself, but she just took over every single time she was on screen. The chibi moments are so funny and cute, and I just feel like for me, I'm just so happy of where those two ended up at by the end of the series, and I really hope that we do get a second season of it. And overall, you just really want like a romance that is natural, just flat out amazing. So I'm not gonna lie, and maybe this is just my high horse here, but I think this one is straight on A. And that might be a big overreaction, but I genuinely loved the interactions and the growth between the main couple. I just think for me personally, it's one of the must-watch romance anime that you can watch all year. Please ignore the title because literally the first impression of the title probably may turn you away, but I'm telling you, this one is 100% worth it. It's a nice story between these two characters, and the growth is amazing, and it's honestly basically a coming of age story as well. Next one up here is Liar Game. Now, this one is currently airing still, and it's kind of in a weird spot spot at the moment, to be honest. I don't know. I think for me, Liar Game, and it doesn't help that the production and just the art in general of this anime is very, very flat. So I think putting Liar Game in a D is pretty easy, in my opinion. I like Akiyama. I think he's a very interesting and entertaining character. If anything, he's probably the only entertaining character, because the person next to him in the visual now is like, I'm not gonna lie to you, she flat out low-key ruins the show for me. Yeah, I think a lot of people may feel the same way. She does have her moments, I will say that much, but I don't think it's redeeming enough for her to even be billed as a main character, because she is just flat out dumb in every single way, I feel like. That's just, I guess, how the story goes. I don't know. I will say though that the game and the competition that they're currently in at the moment is very, very interesting. It's just whenever you have a dumb main character with one mastermind kind of character, but then you also have just other dumb characters around them, it just doesn't feel great to watch sometimes, because the manga itself is actually perceived well. It's just, you know, the anime just doesn't unfortunately do it justice, I feel like. I don't know, just a little bit disappointing, because I was kind of excited to see like what kind of antics would happen, but Akiyama is really just carrying the show, and it doesn't help. Next one up here is Classroom of the Elite Season 4, now in the second year of the first semester. Oh boy, Classroom of the Elite. Okay, you guys redeemed yourselves, and I'm talking about Studio Lurchet. Everybody, I don't know what it was, but I really, really enjoy Classroom of the Elite this season. I feel like with its antics and how it's written and whatnot, I feel like you can complain as whatever, but this was easily the best paced season so far of Classroom of the Elite, to the point where I'm kind of just like wondering, how in the world did we get the season 4 pacing and then we compare it to like season 2? Because my goodness, they were going through so many volumes in such little time. Meanwhile, in season 4, it takes the pace like slower, but it also allows it to keep building up, and when you get a payoff, it actually feels like, oh my god, oh my god. So I think I'm going to be putting Classroom of the Elite Season 4 at a B at the moment. The art style, by the way, I don't understand how people don't like the art style. I thought it's a step up, actually, because yeah, it can look a little grainy, but everything, in my opinion, at least the art style, everyone just looks better. I don't know, might be a hot take, but that's just the way how I feel. And Ichika is my favorite, of course. But yeah, this was a very entertaining season of Classroom of the Elite. And again, I just think for me personally, it kind of makes you just wonder, what in the world, how did we get here? And what in the world happened behind the scenes for the first 3 seasons, to the point where season 4 is at least the best paced season of it thus far. And who knows what happens in season 5. So I don't know, man. But yeah, the new characters in here with Nanase and Ichika, Osen, just, it elevates this season quite a lot. These are, you know, fresh blood to the school. It just makes things way more unpredictable, in my opinion, especially, you know, for those who is just an anime only. So yeah, definitely a nice watch here from Classroom of the Elite Season 4. And yeah, can't wait for Season 5. Next one up here is, oh boy. Oh, I can't wait to go through this one, chat. Oh boy. ReZero Season 4. Well, everybody, we got ourselves the first S of the season. There's no doubt in my mind that ReZero Season 4 is an S tier anime from the spring 2026 anime season. And honestly, where do I even begin with this? Because I love ReZero so much. It's one of my favorite anime series of all time. It has been since I literally started watching the series back 6 years ago, I think it was. But to me, this is just peak ReZero. And when light novel readers said, hey, this is going to be like one of, if not the best arc the anime is about to cover, which is arc 6 and whatnot, I was like, oh, okay, all right, you know, we just got out of season 3 and that was really good, but let's see. And my goodness, were they correct. Oh my gosh. Again, where do I even begin? Subaru's development, Amelia's development, everyone just trying to figure out their own ways and just trying to figure out what is ahead of them. And then obviously you just have everything that is just the peak of ReZero, which is the return to death. It feels like ReZero season 1 again, because spoiler alert, Subaru dies a lot, okay? And that is no mistaking it, but like, that's not really a spoiler, right? Come on, like, let's be serious. But anyways, it doesn't feel like season 3 in particular. Now, I did see that even though I love the series, I probably do think that season 3 may be the weakest, even though the bar of that is very, very, you know, high. But season 4 just feels like a return to form for ReZero as a series. And there is an episode in here, in fact, multiple episodes, where I bawled my eyes out. I was literally sitting right here in this chair and I was just crying my eyes out because of what was happening. And with, again, I'm not going to spoil anything, but if you've watched this season, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's almost indescribable of how I feel about the season of ReZero. And I think for me personally, it is 100% worth the watch, especially if you're someone who has not caught up with ReZero. Maybe you have not heard of ReZero, or maybe you're hearing it for the first time, or maybe you just haven't watched in years and whatnot. Please watch season 4. It is so worth it. Everything of what's going on in this series and in this season in particular just makes it so worth it. And I can't wait till we actually come back. It makes you just wonder what in the world happens next, man, because I feel like for me, especially when going from week to week, episode by episode, you really don't know where this season will take you, especially with all the circumstances that everyone is in right now. You have no idea in terms of this season, and I'm sure as hell I have no idea what I'm about to see in this upcoming second arc, so who knows? But yeah, that's just my spiel about ReZero. I just love ReZero so much, and I just, oh my gosh, man, I just thinking about it, like, I'm not tearing up now, but it's giving me chills. I have to say right now. All right, that was very easy. So let's go on to another isekai. Oh, that time I got reincarnated as a slime, season 4. Now, just a heads up here, once again, ReZero and Tensura airing at the same time is a very nice treat, especially when you got Saga of Tanya the Evil, and you also have Mushoku Tensei airing at the same time this summer season. But Tensura is a nice change here because I feel like Tensura, while I rank it below ReZero in terms of like isekai rankings, this is easily a step up from season 3. I'm going to put Tensura at a B for now, and just before everyone starts looking at me funny, easily can go to an A if the next couple of episodes, and obviously by the end of the season here, holds up. Because so far it has been really, really good. It has been a step up from season 3, because season 3 was full of meetings and I was bored out of my freaking mind. I really like the direction of this season. I think the enemies in this season and what is happening is way more interesting right now than the whole of season 3, I feel like. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I have no idea. But Rimuru has grown so much, and his kingdom of Tempest has grown so much that obviously a lot of people are going to be like, what the hell are they doing over there? But it genuinely is so entertaining to see like Rimuru just say to everyone doubting him, just like, you guys aren't even on my level. Plus, he has a cheat code in Raphael every single second of the way. So it's like, this guy is just overpowered as hell. But it's part of the reason as to why Tensura is so good. And again, I just feel like it kind of just lost a little bit of that identity in season 3, I feel like, just again, my opinion. But season 4 definitely feels way better. And I'm telling you right now, if season 4 continues to be the way it is, I'm telling you right now, it will definitely be up here at an A, but let's put it at a B for now. All right, next one up here is Akane-banashi. Now, first off, I have to say this right now. Akane is absolutely amazing to watch. What the hell just happened? That's actually so annoying, dude.
A few moments later.
So I'm back after, you know, my browser just unexpectedly just closing on me, and I had to literally restart everything. But anyways, after that, we were on Akane, right? All right. So with Akane, as I was saying, man, I love watching her so much. And I feel like for me personally, this anime feels unique in a way because it obviously explores Rakugo, which is again just something that I honestly really didn't think was a thing at all. But this anime introduced me to it, and it introduced me to the art form of it and why people do it. And I was like, wow, this is very cool, because I'd never seen it before. But yeah, Akane, I feel like, is a nice, easy B here. The story was, you know, pretty simple. So it didn't exactly blow me away, but this was easily one of the more entertaining watches of the entire spring season, because every single time Akane is on the screen, you're just drawn to her and you're just trying to think of like what she's thinking and what she's about to do, especially with what happens in episode 1. Not going to spoil anything. Now, there is a second season coming out in January, I want to say, of 2027. So season 2 is not too far away at all. And because of that, you know, where it did end, it did feel kind of sort of abrupt, but at the same time, you can't help but root for Akane and what she's going through. The fact that whatever she is going through, you just want to see her succeed more and more and more. And I love the fact that the people around her, the people that support her, are very, you know, not only funny, but I just love the fact that they support Akane and whatever she does, and because she learns from these people as well. So yeah, very enjoyable anime. Akane will literally alone put a smile on your face, especially with her Rakugo performances. Oh my goodness, every single time. When I tell you, like, she does a Rakugo performance and it shows like shots of like the crowd and how people are just like watching her, just like every single time. I'm just like, wow, I'm immersed into this anime right now, and that is amazing. Akane-banashi is easily going to be a huge recommend to anyone who is interested, but I'm very glad that this anime introduced me to Rakugo as a whole. Next one up here is Wistoria Season 2. I want everyone to realize right now that before this, I was actually going to make a whole entire separate video of Wistoria and how I hate almost everyone in that anime. Being so serious. I hate almost everyone in this anime except for Will and a few of his friends. But almost everyone else, they just blow, man. I hate almost everybody. But anyways, Wistoria, in my opinion, is just a B. Here is one of my biggest issues of this series. It's not even the fact that like almost everybody hates Will because, you know, he doesn't have magic, blah, 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 whatever, bro. Not spoiling anything, but he did something that was like, oh, he deserves our respect. He does everything right. Oh my gosh. What he did, especially with how, you know, the first part of like season 2, where I think probably within the first 4 episodes, this was apparently, oh, this is the end of the prologue. I was like, whoa, what? Okay. But then one of my biggest issues here, and this was going to be something that I was going to make a whole entire video of. They do this whole thing about Will wants to catch up to Elfie, right? You see, there's a thing that's called, and I hate it so much, it's called moving the goalpost. You know how Will doesn't have magic, right? And obviously everybody hates Will. I hate the moving the goalpost just so it's conveniently, oh, he can't, you know, do what he wants because, oh, something else happened. Or just, this is the one thing I hated about season 2. A new character just shows up and all of a sudden he says, wait, whoa, wait a damn second. Yeah, he did this, but like, he still got no magic, guys. Like, shut up. What do you mean? Shut up. He just did something that like literally just, oh my God, I can't say without spoiling it. It's just so dumb. In my opinion, Wistoria overall is a good anime, but I can't stand when the plot conveniently says, yeah, but we need to have more plot, so we're just gonna move the goalpost like that again. Man, it's so dumb. I'm telling you right now, it's borderline C. But I feel like being nice right now. Aw, dude, Will is such a nice character. It's just the people around him, most of the people around in this school just blow so much. I hate it. Anyways, enough of my rant. There you go. Wistoria is B. Oh, God. We're not even done with potential madness, because that Wistoria stuff may have been a hot take, but this might actually be a hot take. Let's talk about Agents of the 4 Seasons. Oh my God, people are about to be so mad at me, I feel like. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm telling you right now, this is not a D rank anime, but let me explain, okay? Before you guys all start typing in the comment. Maybe it's just me. Agents of the 4 Seasons, another series made by the author of Violet Evergarden, which in my opinion blows this thing out of the water, okay? Violet Evergarden is easily superior than this anime. However, I like Demon Slayer. I'm not saying it's amazing, but Demon Slayer is a good series, but I have issues with it. I feel like a lot of people have issues. Agents of the 4 Seasons does this thing where, hey, flashback takes up the entire episode. Next episode, hey, let's talk about something here current, and then we're gonna go back to the flashback again, and it keeps doing that. The willingness to put a flashback of seemingly almost the same event every single time really ruined the immersion of this series for me. And I think it easily could have been here if some of the episodes didn't overly just like need that flashback, where I'm telling you 80 to 90% of the episode was just a straight flashback. It annoyed the hell out of me. It really did. And for me personally, it felt cheap. It genuinely felt cheap because it's like it wants to get your sympathy of what happened into some of these characters 10, 15, I think it was 10 years ago. I get it, okay? I absolutely get it. But like there's a point where if you rely on the flashback too much, it will just start to become annoying. Every single time there's a flashback in like what, episode 5 or 6, even though the fact that we've seen it multiple times over and over again, I just didn't understand why we kept seeing it. That to me brings this anime way down. I'm sorry. It's not D, because at the end of the day, the OST is still great. The animation's still great. How this anime is paced and the way it's written sometimes is very dumb. Also, the other thing that was very dumb, imagine you are on the phone with someone and they're just like in a shootout, right? Not gonna say who it was, but like, let's say they're just having a nice friendly conversation, or not even a friendly conversation. They're just having a nice conversation on there saying, hey, we're gonna be there for you. Okay, great. Can you guys get here? Stop talking to me on my phone. Please stop doing it. Also, by the way, everyone else is just shooting so bad. Like the aim is so bad. Like it's an iron in Valorant. Like, come on, brother. There's a lot of inconsistencies with this anime. I still believe that this series is still decent, but I have a ton of issues with it. And those are just some of it. So it's a C. Sorry, but yeah. Next one up here is Mission Yozakura Family Season 2. Straight on B. I mean, for me personally, this was a nice watch because it continues that Saturday morning cartoon kind of thing that you kind of get those vibes from. And at the same time, right? Wait, where did it go? And at the same time, Season 2 of Yozakura Family continues to be very entertaining. It definitely becomes more serious this time around compared to how season 1 was. Like, obviously season 1, there's a lot of, there's a lot of slice of life things, there's a lot of comedy kind of aspects to it, but season 2 is where the plot really starts to begin here, and it gets very, very serious. And honestly, applaud the series from being like how it was in season 1 compared to season 2. Season 2, in my opinion, is easily superior. I can't believe the mystery behind some of the stuff that's happening here, because while some of it kind of doesn't really make sense to me, I'm just being completely honest, it's like, oh damn, like the plot is plotting right now for an anime series that didn't really exactly, it had a plot, but it didn't focus on the plot too much. And if it did, it focused on it just like a little bit for like an episode or two, and then it kind of gets back into the background. But then this season, straight on story for almost every single episode. I really, really like it. So yeah, it's a B. But Yozakura Family in general is just super underrated. Watch that anime. There's a lot of different characters in here, and I think you'll appreciate their backstory. Okay, next one up here is Demons of the Shadow Realm. A lot of people have been noticing this one because it is from the same person who made Full Metal Alchemist. And right now, Demons of the Shadow Realm is, in my opinion, a B. I think this anime is more of a binge kind of anime. I don't think it's a weekly anime, in my opinion, because the pacing of it just feels like it's probably meant to be binged. Demons of the Shadow Realm, very, very interesting anime at the moment. The way demons are shown here in this anime and just how everything works feels unique to me in a way. I haven't watched Full Metal Alchemist, so I have no idea if like some of this stuff is like, inspired by. I have no idea, but clearly Yuru is. Yeah, the characters are great, man. Like, I really enjoy watching Yuru just like do what he does. And I feel like, even though, just to me personally, some of the characters and what they are wanting and who they are a part of is pretty confusing to me, I'm not gonna lie. But I think it's also just part of the mystery behind what is going on and what Yuru is trying to find. At the moment, you kind of don't know who to trust. That's coming from Yuru's perspective, but it also comes from the viewer's perspective as well, because it's like, person might be a little sus, but they're good. But they're also like, oh, that person's good, but might be sus. I don't know, might be an enemy. I have no idea, bro. Yeah, I think the different factions makes this anime interesting, and just the overall, I'm just gonna say it again, the demons and how people who have a demon and how the way it works and the different powers that they have, very, very interesting. So go check it out if you are a Full Metal Alchemist fan. And to me personally, I would just wait until this anime is done airing and then just binge it all the way through. I personally think it's better if you just binge this anime. Next one up here is Mao. Now this one is again just another under the radar anime, but currently at a C at the moment, still ongoing. Mao is confusing in a sense because it's similar to the point where you kind of have to figure out who you can trust, and you just don't know who that may be, despite the fact there's like we're like 17 episodes in or something like that. I do think the mystery behind it is the most compelling part about it though, especially when you have Mao and Nanaka's powers and how they may relate. The mystery behind just a lot of these characters that Mao meets and how Mao met these characters from before, but then they start showing up again. Interesting stuff. But at the moment, I feel like some of these episodes do feel a little bit slow, but I'm still at least intrigued by the mystery again behind what in the world is going on with Mao, his power, and how it relates to Nanaka, and etc. Not trying to spoil anything, but there you go. Right now, currently it's at a C. It could potentially go to a B, but it would have to stick the landing. We'll see though. Next one up here is Dr. Stone, Science Future, Third Cour. Oh, Dr. Stone, man. Dr. Stone. This is an A. This is an easy A for me because I feel like for me, my biggest complaint of Dr. Stone is probably the pacing because it was really damn fast. I'm giving it an A because Dr. Stone is just one of those anime where you kind of just let it happen. I just loved this journey so much with how Senku grew and how he was able to bring together all these people from different parts of the world at this point, and how they were able to achieve something that they have been looking and trying to just do, and trying to grow the earth as to the way that is beneficial to them. What a journey Dr. Stone is, man. But what a journey. And the ending's amazing. In my opinion, there was one aspect of the ending that I was very, very confused on. I kind of understood it now, and I still do. In terms of the ending and how everyone winds up, it feels fulfilling to me. The journey of Dr. Stone, in my opinion, is just something that is, in my opinion, unforgettable. And I remember actually watching the first episode. I remember binging this anime like 2-3 years ago. I was on an airplane going over to the West Coast, and I was like, okay, what am I going to start off the year with? What am I going to watch? And I know Dr. Stone was a popular one. I was like, you know what? Check it out. Why not? Personally was kind of amazed with how Senku knew so much because he is such a mastermind and such a smart guy. And everybody just, there's so many people, there's so many characters in this anime that I adore so much just because of their personality and the willingness to do what's right and the willingness to try and learn and be able to contribute. Boom! That's my guy. There's going to be a lot of characters in here that I'm going to miss dearly. And I think Dr. Stone in itself earns the A. Thank you, Dr. Stone. What a journey it was. Next one up here is MARRIAGETOXIN. We are almost done. So let's end off here with a bang. Kinosaki carries this show big time. Guy, by the way, not a girl. Guy. We gotta make sure we remember that. In my opinion, Garo could be pretty damn annoying, only because of, like, you know, he is MC who is looking for someone to marry and keep the bloodline going and etc. Kinosaki just carries this show so easily, man. It's amazing with how much he carries the show. But I do think the interesting part about MARRIAGETOXIN is, you know, the Poison Master and all the different masters. It makes you wonder how many other Aura Masters and Sub-Masters are out there. I think that is a very interesting and, if anything, unique aspect about this series, where you kind of get a feel that some masters are preferred more than other masters. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it without trying to spoil anything, but there were a lot of different masters in here that we met. But yeah, MARRIAGETOXIN, great characters, good story, returns in January, so story's not done yet. Very interested to see who Garo and Kinosaki meet next, and hopefully Garo isn't less annoying this upcoming season. I also hope we see Arashiyama more for very obvious reasons. A very underrated thing about MARRIAGETOXIN in general is the fact that there's a lot of sequences in here that really surprise you in terms of animation. My gosh, it was cooking. There was a specific sequence in probably one of the middle episodes where I'm like, where did this come from? Next one up here, we're almost done, chat, is Needle Girl Overdose. This anime, I'll just say it right now, you'll either love it or you hate it. I feel like I'll stay in the middle, even though that's probably a cop-out answer, in my opinion. I think I'm gonna put it at a C. Now, oh man, it's an interesting anime because it's one of the more polarizing anime you'll ever see visually and story-wise as well. Because in Needy Girl Overdose, you obviously meet this group trying to take over this one VTuber. There's a lot of stuff in here, and probably should have said this from before. There's a lot of things in here that will require caution before you do watch it. Lots of stuff in here. It can get pretty violent, it can get pretty disgusting, it can be flat out wrong as well. The internet is what they deal with, so think about it like that, I guess. But structurally, this anime was pretty weird from the get-go because it didn't feel like there was a coherent story, and in my opinion, I prefer when a story is just, you know, flat out, you try to understand like what's going on and everything. But you know, I stuck with it, and I'm very glad that I did, because there was a couple episodes, especially in the back half of the season, where I was genuinely surprised with how much I enjoyed it. Because again, in the earlier episodes, it felt aimless in a sense, and it didn't feel like anything really made sense in this anime. However, then stuff, especially toward the end of the season, it made sense. And I think about this anime now, there's a lot of stuff it was trying to convey, but I don't think everybody's gonna get it, which makes this anime a hard recommend, because it would probably be just best to get the game. I know I got the game, so I know I'm gonna go through it at some point, but maybe it was probably wrong timing that I watched it. I don't think I enjoyed it as much as I did compared to other people. And again, the way it was directed, it was just so weird, man, but it was so interesting. I don't know, it's such an interesting but weird anime for you to watch, but most people are not going to get what's being conveyed here. Polarizing anime for sure. Which Hat Atelier is next up. We got 3 more to go, everybody. I love everyone in this anime, and the production, despite it being apparently pretty rocky, is absolutely amazing because the animation was so good. I think Witch Hat Atelier at the moment is an A. Let me explain. I think for me, it needs a little bit more to cook, especially where we ended in season 1, because where season 1 ended, I'm just gonna say right now, just sucked. Like, what are we doing? You can't tell me you're not mad at the cliffhanger of where Witch Hat Atelier season 1 ended. Coco is adorable, and everybody else, like, everyone's trying to learn a bunch of things. They all have different personalities, and they're all trying to learn from our very good teacher, Kifri Sensei. And Kifri in of itself, like, he is a very interesting character, because again, not going to spoil anything, but there's a lot of things that make me go, what is this guy thinking about right now? Or what is he, you know, what is his end goal here? You can't tell me otherwise. You really can't. But that's what makes, to me personally, for me, Kifri an interesting character, because of just the way he is and just everything. I just hope he means well, and I just know he means well, I hope. And at the same time, Witch Hat Atelier also shows off the world of magic in my opinion, a unique way, because in that world, magic is something that is pretty hidden, you know? People don't know how magic starts, but obviously we do know how it's shown in the anime itself, because they revealed it. I'm not going to say what, but I think it's very interesting to see magic not be something so popular or anything. Plus, you have to draw circles and you have to draw everything. Very interesting concept. And again, it makes that unique. Obviously, Harry Potter, you know the whole thing with Harry Potter, but like in here, you have to draw everything. God damn, man. Like, the amount of prep time as a witch in this universe is nuts. Can't wait for Witch Hat Atelier to return. We actually have no date as to when that's airing as of this moment right now. But I really hope that whenever it happens and whenever it does actually come back, I hope Bug Films continues to show off that Witch Hat Atelier is not only worth the watch, but just so pleasing on the eyes. Because, man, the OST too, oh goodness. They did a lot of things right. I just hate the way where it ended, man. Season 1 in particular. Come on. This is the penultimate one in its Dorohedoro season 2. Oh, this is another A in my book. Dorohedoro's CGI compared from season 1 for this season is way better. It's definitely more pleasing on the eyes this time around. My goodness, guys. If you've watched Dorohedoro, you may be like, yeah, that was pretty damn confusing. Oh, it gets confusing. It makes the payoff of some reveals so worth it, because there's so many things that a lot of characters think about, and how everything just is in that world, in that godforsaken world, but also just what we learn of specific characters. I'm not going to say who, but if you've watched Dorohedoro, you already know who I'm talking about. The different kinds of revelations that specific characters go through. And oh my gosh, man. I feel like for me, I had to read some threads just to try to understand what was happening, but you can't help but try to almost adore the little details that some things happen. Legit, this is going to be an anime that I will probably come back to at some point within the next few years, where I will probably watch it with what I know now and then try to pick up on any sort of single detail that may be shown previously. At that point, I know I'm going to be like, oh wow, what, this anime is nuts. But yeah, this, in my opinion, Dorohedoro is another amazing watch. How everything connects, and it's just one of the things that makes this anime so good. Everything connects in some sort of way. Something connects with something in that anime. Something is there. It doesn't waste your time. And I think that is one of the coolest things that this anime can offer to you. Also, banger OP. Holy moly. And the final anime that we will be putting on a tier list is Nippon Sangoku. Always amazing when you have an anime to round out your tier list. And it being an S. Oh my goodness. What do I have to say about this one, man? Oh my gosh. Episode 1 of this anime. My goodness. My jaw was on the floor. What an absolute incredible premiere. But you get thrown into this world where Japan, there's no more. It's split into 3 different parts. And then there's this whole political war. An incredible anime, incredible production, incredible OST. A lot of these things, in my opinion, tickled my fancy. That's all. I'm just going to say that right now. Aoteru is one of the more coolest characters that I can think of. And he just beats people with the power of knowledge. I love that. I absolutely love that. But then it isn't just him that is in the spotlight. Asuma is also in the spotlight, but then there are also other characters as well. How can I forget Ryomon? How can I forget about Tyra? That bastard, man. Oh my gosh. I love it when I see the political side and how people are thinking. The thought process behind what they want to convey, behind also their secret agenda that they have in mind for something else. Oh my gosh, it's so good. But yeah, I love this series so much. I was glued to the screen every single episode that it aired. It is the biggest surprise out of the entire spring season. When I'm telling you the moments that hit, they hit so good, and you can't help but respect it. Now, the ending does make me a little bit confused. If you watch the season, you already know what I'm talking about. We'll just have to wait and see. If you are interested in war, politics, and just the thrill of characters trying to one-up each other, it's not all, you know, fun time. It really is not. But there are so many moments in this anime where I'm like, wow. Just wow. And at the end of the day, this anime is also pretty inspirational too. I think a lot of characters go through a lot of different things that help them hone to the character that they continue to become by the end of the series. I can't help but think about Aoteru's character and how he was able to grow into the man that he is. Unbelievable anime. There's just so much depth into this story that makes me just really want to like rewatch it again whenever I have the time. It's that freaking good. It seriously is. And I can't wait that when season 2 hopefully comes, I'll be there. All right, and that is going to be my tier list for the spring 2026 anime season. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope, you know, my hot takes aren't so hot. I don't know. I don't know. I just I don't try to please everybody, but at the same time, this is genuinely just how I feel. What an amazing season of anime spring 2026 was, because clearly I missed out on a lot of good ones here too. There you go. There's my tier list. Go ahead and take one good look at it and let me know how, you know, happy you are or how mad you may be in the comments, please. Seriously, like actually, like if there's something in here that maybe you thought, I don't know, maybe you thought this was this. Hell no. But, you know, your opinion. It's fine. But yeah, this is my tier list, chat. There you go. Can't wait to do this again in October, basically. All right, and that is going to do it, everybody. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Once again, we are close to 200 subscribers. And if you guys have any thoughts, suggestions, or just any sort of feedback, let me know in the comments down below. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.